So, holy fuck, did you see the end of the Raiders game? So the Immaculate Reception, I'll never forget it. That was on a Saturday, I believe. I remember being at my grandma's house, and there's still no footage of it. And John Madden went to his grave saying the ball hit the ground. The Raiders, I think there's a little more on the line then than there is today. So, you can't make it up. The play, the Immaculate Reception 50 years later, like I said, insanity, right? But back to Rashid Shaheed and the Saints thing. They threw to him 4 times all day. I think they've thrown to him less than 20 times the entire season. So, as you know, and a lot of people, the Weber State people around here, they all know, because I did the play-by-play, named him Lightning. I used to ask him all the time. And I want this to prove a point how fucking stupid NFL scouts are. Anybody that watched him play at Weber State, watched him move, whatever, knew that he was a special player. He was a cut above anybody. He could run like no other. So you can ask him. So I used to ask him all the time. All the time. Rashid, what's your 40? Never been What are you talking about? You got to be full of shit. No, Kev. I'm telling you. So he just did his press conference. I listened to it. And one of the sports writers says, is it? The word is around here that you've never been properly recorded in a 40. Now, I want you to think about this. Could be the fastest player in the NFL. Now, the other rookie, wide receiver, they're both from San Diego. I did the play-by-play at the old Murph when they played San Diego State, and you can't even find footage of it. I think I have some of it. Rashid, on his 18th birthday, broke. On his birthday, would have won the game 7-6. I said he's gone to Tijuana. And it was a flag. But the other receiver that he plays with, they're both rookies from San Diego. Now, of course, Rashid undrafted. Now, I want to prove this point to young players. How fucking pathetically stupid NFL scouts are. They're fucking stupid. Now, you've seen him now, who he is and what he is. And to think, the money that's involved in the NFL and the pathetic scouts, that he's never been clocked in a 40. Now, the rumor, the first time I saw him run when he was a freshman on the track, not in a football uniform, and I was sitting with the incredible Josh Davis, who want to talk fast. And I'm like, who the fuck is that? And he's like, oh, that's Rashid Shaheed. He's going to play football for us. And I'm like, fuck, he runs like Ted Williams swings. And I'm like, that's the Rashid Shaheed from San Diego. Yeah, that's him, because I spent half my life there. Now, this is important because this is the record where he broke the all-time league record, the FCS all-time for kickoff returns for touchdowns. They would not kick to him at Idaho State. It's important because who threw the pass to him? He's from Pocatello. That's where Idaho State is. Hill's from Pocatello. Oh my God, what an... you think about him. What's he doing with this sorry-ass Saints team? Catching touchdown passes, throwing touchdown passes, running for touchdowns. He's amazing. He played at BYU, but he's from Pocatello, the old mini dome, which any of you ever been up there. Fuck, they have good beer in there too, not just shitty Budweiser. They serve really good beer in there, and they're tearing the seats out. Anybody wants to ride up there, let's go up there and get it. They're selling those seats, the different colored ones. Rashid broke that record. That's where he's from, Hill. So Rashid in the press conference is, well, that really can't be true. I don't know. I think I'm under 4-3. I told him, the rumor around Weber State, and I would know. I watched him many, many, many times. The rumor is 4-1. Now, I want you to just run this through your mind, how pathetic NFL scouts are. Now, Mr. Hill, how good is he? For the Chiefs, now he's for the Dolphins. How good is he? Look up where he went in the draft. Look up where Mr. Petta, who blocked on the offensive line, he's on the IR right now. Look where he went in the draft. Oh, he was undrafted. I talked to a scout the other day who I know personally. Well, think about Jerry Carding and Weber State at the same time. Do you see what he's doing, Jerry Carding in Europe? Holy fuck. So I got to watch Jerry Carding and Rashid Shaheed at the same time. I did the play-by-play for their whole careers for KWCR, the radio station, which they've gotten rid of since. And you see what Jerry Carding's doing in the equivalent to the NBA over there. You seen what Shaheed's doing? They throw the ball to him 4 times all game. He catches 3. They've thrown to him, I think, 20 times the entire fucking season. I mean, Tom Brady went 199. I can go on and on and on and on and on about draft picks. I mean, they're fucking stupid. Now, you think about this guy. You've seen him run now. You've seen how he moves. You know, I used to tell him all the time, remind me of Bob Hayes, because he used to wear 8, but then he switched to 22. I have all kinds of stuff signed for him. I knew what he was. I named him Lightning, and the reason I call him Lightning. But, again, the end of the Raiders game. Holy fuck, what was that? That's insanity. You know, we're coming up on 50 years of the Immaculate Reception, which is one of the greatest, it's one of the most important plays in football history. You know, there's actually no footage, really. And everybody that's at that game, you know, Franco Harris, I mean, fuck, what a beast. Oh my God, what a fucking player, Franco Harris. Oh, how would you like to tackle that fucker? Did the ball hit the ground? The incredible, the unbelievable John Madden swore, took it to his grave saying the ball hit the ground. You know? So this play coming up on 50-year anniversary, well, God, there's still 3 more regular season. It just shows you what the greed of the NFL. Fuck, we got 3 fucking games left in a regular season? Fuck, I remember when the Super Bowl used to be early January. Fuck, we'll be playing in March soon. So Rashid, in the press conference, I had to laugh. I laughed my ass off because I used to ask him constantly. You can ask him. Say, Rashid, what's your 40? Don't know. Oh, bullshit. Come on. You mean to tell me the NFL has never worked you out? No. I'm like, well, I'm bringing a stopwatch. They used to tell him, I got the stopwatch. Let's do it. He says, I remember one time he says, well, you're way smarter than the freaking scouts. And the Saints won't play. It's sad for fans, you know. I mean, I think if he played for anybody that used him properly, he would have been Rookie of the Year. So, from the Pocatello, Idaho kid, what a fucking athlete that dude is, Mr. Hill. To Rashid. That's where Rashid broke the record in Pokey. So, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but that play, well, the 4th down play to convert to keep the Raiders in the game. And then, by the way, the referees missed that call. Speaking of the ball hitting the ground on the Raiders, they got one back, didn't they? That catch in the end zone that tied it, he was not in bounds. They looked at it, look, fuck, you can clearly see he's out of bounds. So the Raiders got one back. It took them 50 years to get one back, and I think because the Raiders suck. I think that play had a little more implications 50 years ago, the Immaculate Reception. Fucking wow. And by the way, he's got cancer. The incredible, the unbelievable Terry Bradshaw. So there was a coach at Weber State that was Terry Bradshaw's coach years ago. He was the quarterback coach for the Steelers, and he coached at Weber. I was friends with him. And he says, I used to catch the ball warm-up for Terry, and he says, I commonly came home with 2 black eyes. So 50 years. They get him because he was out of bounds. You watch that replay on that touchdown pass, the Raiders to tie it up, he was out of bounds. They blew that fucking call. But the Immaculate Reception, so Rashid says, I fucking laughed so hard. I'm like, because I used to say, you're full of shit, Rashid. Come on, man. No, Kev, they've never worked me out. I want young players to understand this is how fucking pathetically stupid NFL. I talked to one just the other day. Well, you know, he tore that ACL. I says, yeah, so? Fuck, you can't take him in the 2nd or 3rd fucking round? He barely made the practice squad. He's the best young guy. I mean, they don't play him. They threw to him 4 times. I think his average yard per catch, fuck, he's, you know, a couple catches they've thrown to him, they're counting. They were sailed over his head. Anything that's come near he catches. But he's always been that way. Again, I want young players to understand how pathetically fucking stupid NFL scouts are. And if Rashid Shaheed doesn't prove it, and he said in the press conference, I near fell over. I was laughing so fucking hard. Is it true? People are saying, that you've never been worked out. Now think about this. You've seen him. Think about this. The money, the players. I mean, anybody watching him play has never been worked out in a 40. By the way, the room around here at Weber State is 4-1. Stand